Hey all, I'm here to do a quick live stream because a couple people said, "Hey, what happened?" and stuff. So it's raining today. It's a very rainy day right now. We have a break in the rain. So I just wanted to give an update of what's happening with the channel. I'm waiting for the next month or so to get some equipment set up and all that, and I'm going to do some more stuff. As you can see, the thumbnail I put on, that's some of my art. So I'll actually have a link to one of my art sites, Deviant art site, so you can see some of the art I do. Hey, Filipina Gardner, how are you doing? Good morning. How's the weather there? We got rainy weather. It's 56 degrees right now, and we had a good downpour about an hour and a half ago. Streets were flooded, so it was nice. So, how are you doing? I'm sorry I couldn't stay in your live stream. Unfortunately, during the evening, I'm stuck with using data, not Wi Fi like I'm using now, so the signal goes in and out a lot. Are you happy? So, like I said, I wanted to get more into art and stuff. I'm going to start doing some comics with some of my art. I've been working with a few people on the side, voice actors. So I want to have it where there's actually some comics with some voices and things like that. Um, not just silly things, but stuff that has some messages in it. You're doing good here. It's a little rainy too. Very much need here in the desert. Yes. Are you in New Mexico or Arizona? I wasn't sure. But I love your live streams, especially when you're hiking and stuff. The one that I thought was funny was when you were in the park and they were closing. It's like you're going to get a $500 fine if you didn't get out of there by sunset. So I thought that was interesting. So, but you got out in time. Are you in northern New Mexico? I'm not sure. Um, I actually was looking at land in south central Colorado, Alamosa County, but I'm not sure. I'm going to be looking around. There's different areas that I just get a little land and do something with. Southern New Mexico. Okay, so you're closer to the Mexico border. So what's new with you? Just hanging out? I'm in Los Angeles right now. I'm about a little over half a mile from the Santa Monica Airport. So Santa Monica Airport's this way. LAX is this way. So actually, if I put my head up and looked out the window, I could see planes landing and taking off from LAX. So, and actually, if I look up too, I could actually see the ocean. So, and if I look back this way, I could see the mountains and see snow. We have a lot of snow on the mountains now, which is good. So we got two people in, and one person's talking. I was going to do it earlier, however, the light level and all of that. I don't know if they're open either. Now, part might be federal and the other part might be state. Now, a lot of the state things are opened. We've been opened. Um, so I'm not sure. And I'm not sure if they're allowing camping or not. From what I understand, people are camping. So, I mean, other than restaurants and I'm trying to think, like personal care, massage, and hair and things like that. Very restricted and closed, but now they're opening things like restaurants magically in the last week are now able to be open for outside dining. Just magic, you know? It's weird how things just magically can happen in the United States like that. I find it fascinating. One reason I want to immigrate. So my thing is I want to be able to go to the Philippines. Actually, I was going to go to the Philippines in September, but the lockdown and all that, so I just put it off. So we'll see what happens because there's a couple places I want to scout out because I'd like to be able to lease land, get a 50-year lease or something, build have a modest little place built, nothing fancy. I don't need fancy. I watch a couple people on YouTube and they're showing these apartments. One was like $70. It was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It was in a decent area in the Philippines, not in the city, and it was beautiful for $70. And some of these guys are saying, "Oh, you can't get anything," and they're not good. This guy shows all these nice places, so you know, it doesn't take a lot to have me happy. So I'd like to lease some land, have grow crops and stuff, have a little farm, nothing more than a half a hectare. I don't need to have some goats and things like that and just live life. I don't need to have all this partying and constant sightseeing and everything else. And I'm one of these people that I'm very content just doing simple things. So that's one of my goals. And do YouTube, do my art. So right now I have this character here on my lap, the Velcro cat. Are you going to come up and say hi? Ah, man, she's mad at me. Now, that is a Tampo face. Yes, I like your videos because what you do, you're just hiking and enjoying nature. What else do you need in life? Some of these guys, they have to go to bars and all these crazy things, and I don't understand. I've never understood that life. But these are guys in their 30s into their 70s, just party, 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 like a bunch of little 20-year-old kids, getting drunk and just acting up. For me, I'm sorry, I can't have that life. I think I had that life for maybe 2-3 years in my mid-20s, and it was just like, I don't need this. Let my friends do it. For me, I'd rather just, I was always into being in nature, hiking, doing art, doing something that, betters your life, learning things. I'll give one example that was really fun. We were renting a place and we needed the faucet fixed. And the way they put it in was a bad way. It was the outside faucet. They actually soldered it to the pipe. They didn't screw it in. So my wife at the time, I was married, said, "Oh, I got to call the plumber." And I said, yeah, the mountains are great. Just being in nature is great. So she called a plumber. He said, "Oh, it's going to be between $70 and $100." And she was going, and I said, "Don't do that. I'll fix it." So I think I fixed it for $3. And she was like, "Oh, we saved all that money." Yeah, we saved all that money. That is more important to me than doing partying and just, learning something that you could do for yourself. Growing food, building a house, fixing things, working on my own vehicle. I save so much money doing that. Hey, Michelle, how are you doing? Now, Michelle, I'd love to come to your live streams, but they're very early for me. When you're doing your live streams, I notice they're anywhere from 2 to 5 in the morning for me, or late at night, like after 9 o'clock. So um, I might stop in for like a minute or two and say hi in the evening, but um, it's like that. Yeah, you have several channels, don't you? Okay, so what are you going to do? She's going to sit up here. Yes, people want to see you. Why don't you? Hey, look over here. People can see you. The Tampo cat. That's Lucky. She's 14 years old. Huh. So, okay, that's fine. You could do that, Michelle. So, one of the things I want to do on some of my videos, I want to do things like around the sites around here, some um, unknown things in Los Angeles. A lot of people don't realize this, but California, about a third of it was part of the Confederacy. So if we go down this way towards LAX for about a mile and a half, you'll hit a place called Bologna Creek. Everything south of Bologna Creek was Confederate territory. So they actually have a plaque down there saying this was a Confederate camp. So when you go Bologna Creek all the way south, so Orange County, San Diego, all of that, that was Confederate territory. So a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of unusual things like that. We have places like Olvera Street, right down the street here. I don't know what they called it. I think it was called Little Honolulu, but it was a Japanese neighborhood. And then up this way, we have another one that's called Little Osaka. And then downtown LA, it's Little Tokyo. We have Olvera Street, that's Mexican. So we have a lot of ethnic communities here. You're getting young. I don't know. I'm not in the sun. Yeah, I'm getting white hair here and stuff like that. But yeah, it's kind of one of these lazy mornings here. I'm going to nap probably about a couple hours and stuff. I'm going to do some art. Like I was saying earlier, here she comes. Okay, what are you going to do? Everybody wants to see your butt. Huh. So, on my thumbnail, I believe that will stay. That is some of the art I do. It's a 3D program, so I want to get more involved with that. I have a drone. I have also have a GoPro, and I have a Karma Grip, but the Karma Grip battery went bad. So I'm waiting for some packaging to come so I could send that back and get a new one. Um, did you get your sleep? Well, you're getting young. I'm getting young. I feel young, believe it or not. Um, so yeah, I'd like to do more stuff than just some of the stuff I was doing before. Um, okay. So what's new with you folks? Anything? Michelle is working. Filipina Desert Gardener is in the rain. I looked young too lately. Well, I'm in some bad light, so I don't know if this will help. Uh, there we go. Hey, I'm not gray looking. I got some color. Let me dim that a little bit. There we go. So yeah, That's about it. Taiwan is cold. Yes, Taiwan, I think, is similar to parts of California, I believe. Um, Parts get snow, don't you? You get snow in parts of Taiwan, don't you? I know you get that Siberian Express that goes through Japan, and I believe it goes east of Japan and towards Taiwan, and then it does like an S or something. So that's about it. So I just wanted to give an update. I don't know if you have any questions. Ask me some questions. That would be good. What about you? Do you have any questions? No, she just wants to hang out. Well, thanks for the 2 thumbs up. You're done feeding your person. That's good. So, what have you been up to, Michelle? I know there's a delay, about 15 seconds or something. I think we're getting some more rain coming in just a little bit. We'll see what happens. It gets pretty loud when it hits. Yep, the rain started. It's very light. So they said around 7 o'clock our time. Now it's 7:46. We were supposed to get some thunder showers. So I'm not sure on that. We'll see what happens. But I delayed. Well, we got blue skies in back and then gray skies there. So the rain's coming in. So I kind of did the stream at this time because I didn't know if you were going to get some thunderstorms, which are thunderstorms here in Los Angeles, believe it or not. They get big. They are loud. The car alarms are set off, all kinds of stuff. It's fun. So, okay, come on, rain. Let me look up here. I'm not seeing a lot of dark, so I don't think we're going to get any heavy rain for a while. So, how cold is it in Taiwan right now? I know I watched someone else there in Arizona and they were getting snow. Not much. Just hanging out then. So cold and hot. So it's fluctuating a lot. One of the things I'd like to do is on my artwork, I like to do it where I actually do a live stream, but instead of seeing me, you'll see the screen, so you can actually see me create a character or a scene and put characters in there, so you could kind of see the whole mechanism, how that works. It's kind of interesting. You'll put everything together, and then to build the picture, it's called rendering. So the rendering's kind of interesting because if you remember Windows 98, they had a utility called defragment. So defragment, you'd see these squares going across the screen, and it showed you, the progress of the defragment. Same with the rendering. So you can actually watch the picture being built, and you could scroll up and down. You could see the different elements. So that's one of the things that I'd like to do is do some live streams where I'm actually doing some art live with this program. Now, um, I'm going to see what happens here. Okay, I don't know if I went black and you saw a different screen or not, but this is the program I use. So if you go to that link, you can actually see it. Now, the program itself is free. You can get the program with a few models for free, but everything else you have to pay for. I've had this since 2012, and over the years, I bought the models. Now, they have a club where you get a club price. So, say a certain model might be $20. So, that would be, what would that be? Trying to think. Is that 2,000 pesos in the Philippines? I'm not sure, but that's it'd be like $20, and I could get it for maybe $3. But over the years, I bought these models, so I probably have maybe $15,000 worth of models. So yeah, that link is kind of interesting. That will take you to it. They shut the galleries down, and they're going to redo the galleries so you can actually see um, what people have done. And I'm going to take a chance here. Hold on. I don't know if I'm. Okay, I'm going. I don't know if I went black or not because I'm switching over to screens here. Okay, this is another site. I'm actually going to post my page afterwards on the comment section so you can see it. This is an art site. So if you're into art, all kinds of art, doesn't matter. The history of this art site were they were professional artists and semi-professional artists, and the so-called real artists were snooty and they wouldn't allow them on their sites. So they said, forget it. We're going to start our own site and allow everybody. So you could find people, there's children doing art, there's old people doing art, all kinds of art. You name it. You name it. Ceramics, wood carving, all kinds of paintings, 3D stuff, you name it. Poetry, music. There's all kinds of, now there's not music that you play, but it's like sheet music. Yes, Deviant Art. That is a great site if you're into art, everything, jewelry, you name it. And there's some fantastic artists there. There are some people that do some really fantastic things. And what's nice about this is, say on my art, my computer art, I could post it there and I can have it where if you want a coffee mug or a t-shirt or a poster or something like that, you could do that, and the artist gets a little bit of money for that, and they'll do that and ship it out. So it is a really great site to go on. Hey, Pod, how are you doing? I'm well, thank you. So yeah, I would encourage anybody, if you're into art, go there, please. Now, It's like YouTube. They have 18 and plus and 18 and under. So if you're an adult, you may want to, if the everything's free. It's all free. So that's the beauty of it. Hey, John Boonbean, how are you doing? So, photography, everything. So, yes, please go there and check it out. And I'm going to put my page on there too, and you could kind of see some of my stuff. But if you're into art, photography, anything, it's free to sign up and you could just post stuff and it's great. And you could also go in there and say, all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. It's interesting. So I found that about I think I actually found that the same time I found the DAS 3D program. And I found it because I was looking for certain type of things, and they said, "Oh, this is a link," and I went there and I was like, "Oh my god!" So these are professional and amateur artists, and some of the work people do. I mean, there's one guy that does knives. He makes handmade knives. There's a lady in Russia that does really beautiful jewelry and sells it. So you could actually buy it. So she has a link that you can go to her page and buy it. So you can actually have your, say, if you have your own website, it can be linked there. So there's great stuff there. So, yeah, all kinds of stuff. So you're getting hot. This is a heating blanket. I'm going to move you here. So yeah, so I'm going to have my site posted on after this. I have all kinds of stuff there. Uh, I wish I had more of my old photography. Unfortunately, it was on a computer and the hard drive crashed, and that was before I knew about backing things up and getting external hard drives and stuff. So that was my fault. And that was about it. So, like I said, I wanted to do some more things like stuff in the area, stuff about gardening. One person actually was trolling me on someone else's site because I mentioned on his that I don't know if I mentioned on his video or I mentioned to him in person, and then I just blocked him because he was just being foul. But I said, yeah, there's a lot of edible weeds, so I'd like to do things about edible weeds. So he was making fun of me on someone else's YouTube site that, oh yeah, you could always go and get some weeds, and I said, you know what, that's a good idea. I'm going to do videos about that. All the medicinal weeds, the edible weeds out there. You'd be surprised. Some of the common weeds we have around here. We have one. It's called mallow. By weight, not by volume, but by weight, mallow has more vitamin C than an orange by weight and more vitamin A than a carrot. And it's a very healthy, it grows everywhere. Everybody calls it a weed. And I had a friend that had a garden here, and she found out that everything that was growing in her plot that were weeds, hey, you know, she was eating them, and she was making some really great dishes with them. The other thing here, a lot of Westerners don't know about, very common in the Philippines, yam leaves. You call it something else. What do you call those, Michelle? The yam leaves? I forgot what it's called, but I'm going to do videos about that. We have only a few people here that will actually eat them that are Americans. We have a few Filipino people here, and they're always harvesting the leaves and eating them. And it's really good. So, yeah, I want to do videos on that. Just plants that you'd never think of that were edible or medicinal and things like that. And that's it. Yam leaves, sweet potato leaves. They call it some. not it sounds like calamatsi, but it's not that. That's the fruit, but it's like that. And I know you cook kamote. Yes, kamote. That's it. Um, so yeah, it's fabulous. It's it's what's really funny is people grow broccoli and cauliflower here, and I don't because the plants are big. But when they're harvesting their stuff and they're ready to pull the plants out, I say, "Hey, can I have the leaves?" Broccoli leaves and cauliflower leaves, let me tell you, they're better than collards. I told that to someone, a UCLA professor, and she said, I've been throwing that away. She took the broccoli leaves and she was like, I don't care about the broccoli anymore. I want the leaves. The leaves are great. Hey, Charles, how are you doing? So, yeah, that's a green plant here. I don't know the name. Puts it in food. There's a lot of green plants. Nice to fry with sugar. But yes, I'd like to do more videos that people can actually learn something about. I notice a lot of the live streams I just don't go to anymore. Not the people that come here. Actually, the people they won't come here because they'll be embarrassed. Let me put it. They will be so embarrassed to come here because they'll think I'm uncool. But their live streams are nothing but hate fests and gossips now. So I stopped. 5 degrees centigrade. So that is what is that? About 37 Fahrenheit. Charles, right now, to me, it's warm. This is actually warm for me. So it's 55 or almost 13 degrees centigrade. It's almost 13 degrees centigrade. So for me, believe it or not, that's warm. I mean, I don't need any heat or anything for that. Yes, I was watching someone. She lives in the projects, the province, and she was cooking the camote with coconut milk and something else. It looked really good. Um, it was really good. The lakes are solid ice, so you could skate. Well, if you're into winter sports, I think that's the place to be. In Wisconsin and Minnesota. I know a lot of people do the what is it called? Cross country skiing. I know that's big here for some people. A lot of people go to a place called Mammoth. That's central. It's in the mountains. It's the central eastern part of the Sierra Nevadas. So a lot of people go there to do that. Solid ice lakes. I lived in a place up north about 80 miles from here called Ojai, and the weather there was crazy. It would be in the teens and the 20s at night, and then 80 degrees during the day. Uh, yes, ice fishing. And it was Christmas Eve day. It was 14 degrees, and we were living in a place called Ojai. It's 10 miles inland from Ventura. So 10 miles away, it was 14 degrees, where in Ventura, I think it was down to 46 degrees. We sprayed our driveway down. We put a mist nozzle on and we kept spraying it. We got about that much ice on it. We didn't have skates, but we were doing the sliding on the ice, which was kind of fun. What kind of fish do you catch ice fishing, Charles? Now I'm trying to think of the kind of fish that you have there. You have sturgeon or something? So I don't know. What kind of fish do you catch ice fishing, Charles? But -5 degrees, that's pretty good. No one could see you. All right, so I'm going to end the live stream. It looks like the rain has passed for now, and I need to take care of some stuff. I want to thank you all for coming. It's been a pleasure. I just wanted to give you updates on things that I want to do. And then I'm going to post in the comments uh, the Deviant Art site that I have. And you can see some of the stuff I'm going to do. Actually, I'm going to post a lot more. So in the next few days, I'm going to be posting a lot more new work. So the thumbnail for this video that I posted, it's not a great picture. It's something that I'm developing the character. It's brand new, but it wasn't a good picture because of very low resolution. I just kind of threw it up there. So yeah, I'm going to be posting the next few days. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and I want to start doing that. And you can see some of the art I do with the 3D. And like I said, I want to get this program next month. Trying to remember what the name of it. I have it in a bookmarked here, where I can actually show you my screen as I'm doing my stuff, and go from there. And you could actually see me putting some art, making a character, or putting a scene together, and things like that, and what it entails. And camera, it's weird because it's a lot like doing a motion picture, because you're dealing with light, you're working with lights, you're working with camera angles and everything else, and where you put everything. So it's a real photo shoot, even though you're not using a camera. So I'm going to post a link to that too in the comments. So I hope you go to those sites and check it out. You can see what they have. Like I said, uh, you can get the program for free and a few little elements. Nothing big. Um, the one problem that I don't like about the new program, because you had two versions of models. One was called 3D Delight and the other one's called iRay. I don't like the iRay. It takes a long time to render. So let me see. Um, Sorry for going out of the screen. And the more I do this, and if people are actually interested in this more, there are sites you can actually get models for free. People make their own, and they put it out there for free. So I'm sorry. I'm clicking off and on. the stuff is here. Okay, I'm going to sleep. Have a wonderful night. Get some good sleep there. Let me see. Here we go. Give me a moment. I'm sorry for that. I don't know if you're seeing this screen or what. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Okay. You could still get this older version of the DAWs that uses the 3D Delight. That one, when you render it, does a better job. So, actually, yeah, that picture, I believe. Give me a moment here. I think this is the one where you can get the free stuff too, and it's a little bit easier to use. But the other one is more complicated. But this is a good one. Unfortunately, when this company puts out a new version of their stuff, they take the old ones off. So I was really unhappy about that. Fortunately, I saved some old versions as a file, so I can still use those. And I don't know, maybe that's something I could put in a file somewhere. I'm not sure, but yeah. But that's the older version, I think. So I want to thank you all for coming by, and like I said, I'm going to post my link to that art site and go from there. And I'll be doing a stream maybe next week earlier. We'll see what happens. Okay, God bless you all. Have a great evening and great day. God bless.